What's going on, everybody? Welcome to the SainAsylum Podcast. This, of course, is your host, Anthony Sain, here with my merry band of friends. Join me this week. My boy Jay Mitch is in the building. Jay Mitch, what it do, man?
What it do? What it do?
Jay Mitch, I'm gonna move you down, man. We gotta have some women equality up in this joint, man. We're gonna move young Harriet up here beside me. We got young Harriet in the building. What's going on with your friend?
You already know what it is.
Man, you already know the show. Say it one more time, Harriet.
I just say good evening, beautiful people. It's gonna be a good show. Y'all tune in.
Man, you know what it's gonna be. And last but not least, she hanging around, man. She came in as a special guest. She's officially part of the game. Jelana is in the building. Jelana, what it do? What's going on with you?
Happy Sunday evening, y'all.
Yeah, it's going down, y'all, for sure. We are a couple people short today. It's a lot of little bugs in the air too, man. I don't know if I'm gonna make it through the whole thing. My son Gabe was with me this weekend, and he was saying his head was hurting yesterday, and by the end of the day, throwing up and shitting at the same time. He had the garbage can in his hand and was shitting. And bad.
That's number 3, I think.
Yeah. So I'm sure I'm on deck. We next. Like they said in the movie Life. I'm sure I'm probably on deck for more of the same. But we here, man. We are here. Those who are here, those who are available are here to talk about shit that's going on in the world out here, man. I'm not in the best spirits, y'all. Something very traumatic and dramatic has happened in my life. Drake and Future fell out, y'all. It's hard on, man. I ain't gonna lie, it's hard on. I didn't know what was going on. You just look at the album dropping and niggas taking shots at each other, and I had no clue what was going on. So we're gonna start off the show talking about that. A lot of hoopla, a lot of rigmarole has been going on in the hip hop world as Kendrick Lamar put out a song on Future and Metro Boomin's album that called out J. Cole and Drake at the same time. We're not going to talk about that too much at all, but there is an interesting subplot to that I would like to talk about. And the subplot to that subplot is really what I want to stick on today. Drake and Future have been known as the Toxic Kings, the Toxic Avengers, making songs about how they've been ravishing through women and the spoils of their labor and all these type of things and the lifestyle that they live, right? And just how they just dog out all these women, and they talk about how women are disposable pretty much to them. And these two dudes and fell out, and guess what they fell out about? People, of course, women. It's the rumor, and not just the rumor. If you listen to the lines that Future opens his album with called "We Don't Trust You," the album's called "We Don't Trust You," and of course, that is Future's also the voice for Metro Boomin's producer tag when he says, "If your Metro don't trust you, I'm gonna shoot." Ooh. So Metro Boomin also has issues with Drake. So bam, here we go. I'm not dealing with this well at all. Just being honest with y'all.
Man.
Some songs that have totally co-signed my bullshit like none other have been birthed by these two gentlemen coming together as one. That really co-sign a lot of things I know have not been right in my life, but I listen to these guys. I feel empowered. I feel invincible when I listen to Drake and Future when they get together. I really,
How true do you think the beef is, though?
This feels very real.
It feels weird. Okay.
Future sounds like his feelings are really hurt in this one. Like he was like, man, he sounded like kids talking. He was like, man, I don't want no fake friends, and he feel like he sound like he in his feelings for real. Like throughout this album, over him and Drake falling out.
How do men share with each other that they've been hurt, or like your friend, if he hurts your feelings, if he says something or done something, how do y'all handle that?
That's an interesting question, because I know, like, I've had situations like that with dudes, of Chris, who can't join us today. Chris is under the weather. He comments, podcast Poppy.
Podcast Poppy.
He also calls me Champagne Potty as well. But shout out to my boy Chris Ingram. Hey, he can't be here for this one because I know he want to chime in on his Drake comments for sure. But it's just tough, man. Cause like it's men, he's like you Like, nigga, I ain't no bitch, nigga. We, that type of stuff. But sometimes it's best for men to express, even when a man that's your friend has did you wrong or whatever. But I'm gonna get there. I'm gonna go where you going in a minute, Jelana. But I want to start it off by talking about this right here. Because like I said, a lot of these guys talk about these disposable women they have. And also, y'all, if y'all are watching, feel free to comment. You can comment on Twitter. You can comment on Facebook, YouTube. They all gonna pop up here at the same time. We love y'all comments. They're really the best parts of the show that get us through the show. But you talk about these men talk about having these disposable women. Like I fucked this bitch and I did this to this bitch. I got this model bitch from Guatemala and this Brazilian bitch eating me lobster and putting butter on my toast. And I got all, they talk all this stuff they do, right? So, but then, they get to be, they cross channels or they get to be Eskimo bros and then they fall out. And it's like, you got Iron Man and Captain America and Drake and Future of Toxic Avengers, and now they didn't fell out. The process is right because it just ain't making no sense. Like I didn't know nothing about this. I look up and people saying, I see Drake drop the album. Drake just dropped the album. Future went on. I was like, okay, maybe Future was busy, right? So right. Future dropped the album. And Drake and on like, all right, bro. Like, what's really going on with these? Go ahead.
I'm gonna say this. This is funny to me because I think it's deeper than just it being over some lady. Because I had to do some digging, right? I had to do some digging.
I went down a rabbit hole that I do not want to talk about that I went down. We'll talk about it after the show.
Right.
This some connected dots. I'm like, all right, I ain't gonna talk about this shit. But go
ahead.
Like,
these two are the most toxic. They need to be run for boy President 1 and President Vice President. If you ask me, so I actually think this is a real rap beef because of the mixtape that Drake and 21 Savage attempted to put out.
Right.
And Future was feeling some type of way. He felt like, from what I read, that Drake dominated the tape.
Yeah.
And if you harboring that type of anybody know, man, if you harboring any type of feelings and you don't address it right then, when it come out, it's gonna get on everything and everybody. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. So to me, that's all it was. And Kendrick, all you gotta do, soon as that big three line, soon as they quoted that big three line, you already knew what time it was. Yeah. He ain't gonna play with you.
Right. So I went back and listened to First Person Shooter after the fact. I was like, oh shit, that nigga J. Cole was taking shots at Kendrick for sure. If you go back and listen to it. But this is where I want to go, y'all. This is where I want to go real fast, if you don't mind. Why is this not a reality? Men with women having disposable women is a lie. Men with money having disposable women is a lie. Clearly, these women are not as disposable as y'all motherfuckers talk like y'all because y'all billionaire ass niggas be getting. It's crazy because the women that be getting. I talk about this all the time. Because Drake is allegedly dating Lotto's sister, right? I think her name is Brooklyn somebody.
Really?
All right. So then I was like, okay, is that the girl they arguing about? And yo guy, what's his name? God damn, what's your partner name? Light skin with a beard. I know him by his Twitter name. I can't remember what it is now.
D-Lax.
No.
Oh, D-Lax ain't got no beard.
Anyway, I was talking to him, right? So he was like, shit, I'm half my damn self. He says, what are we talking about? Oh, I said, which girl was it? I said, was it the girl? I said, was it the girl that's Drake? I mean, this Lotto sister? He said, no, it's his other chick. So he shows me the chick. I'm like, okay, bro, like all these girls look like the same damn girl. Like all these dudes that Drake has been allegedly been dating, all look like the same woman. All these women, Future to mess with, like the same damn woman. We talked about that at nauseum last week. You know what I mean? So I'm like, okay, bro, why do y'all get in y'all feelings about these clone ass professional rent a girlfriend ass women, bro? Like it's just the wildest shit in the world. Like y'all niggas,
they cut different. Right? They cut different, saying that's what it is. They really cut different. Man, Harriet alluded to this shit a couple of episodes ago. How like you gotta know, not the cliche of know your worth, but you gotta know what is supposedly not the same thing that everybody else is fucking attracted to. You gotta know your worth enough not to be fucking pursuing the same type of shit that everybody else got. Like I think the more people that are the more people that stand out are of, I can't even get my thoughts together. It's not that many people that won't in that position not be attracted to the same type of woman, because we end up seeing it. It's almost like they pour them in a cup and they put them in the microwave and they just multiply like gremlins. You know what I'm saying? For a lack of a better fucking comparison, you throw water on the back of one of these motherfuckers and 12 of them pop out their back and they all look the fucking same. And y'all niggas is arguing over the same type. I don't get it, bro. I don't get the one thing. What's funny about Future album, he had a New York dude on that joint that he was sampling during the breaks in between songs, and he was like, "Man, you niggas are corny, man. All you niggas doing the same shit, man. You niggas are corny as fuck." I feel that, bro.
Yeah, I agree. Yeah. I agree. And as a woman looking at men who choose the same woman over and over, I feel like they have some unresolved mommy issues or something.
Something going on.
I mean, it's something fucking wrong.
How y'all fall out of this literally the same girl over and over again? Like,
I don't think it's mommy issues. It's that what did you call the saying last week? You said it was something like a competition or like
it's like a ego competition thing, like
the ego competition thing.
Competition kink.
Yeah, you're right, Greg. The exact same
the competition kink.
Yeah,
you get off more on the quantity instead of the quality. Right. You know what I'm saying? Right. Like, not, and that don't mean like you got to be dating fucking Saint Mary or some motherfucker, but she don't need to look like every nun in the fucking priesthood. Like, you can't diversify your portfolio. Yeah, like, you want something.
But you know what? Different. As a woman,
you can't eat tacos every day.
Let me say this.
But see, when you
go ahead.
So real quick. So when I see men who date women who look non-traditional, still attractive, but non-traditional, to me, that's even more of a flex than you dating somebody that everybody else is automatically going to think is fine. When you step in with a woman, say she's got a buzz cut, maybe she taller than you, maybe she just the opposite of what is put in front of us as the beauty standard. That to me is even more of a flex. I want to get to know you, because who are you with the walls to walk up in here with a woman who's shaved head with a shaved head? Right. Like, that's how I see it.
She a bad motherfucker.
She a bad bitch too. Yes. Yes.
I'm gonna throw out
both of y'all bad.
Go ahead, Harry. I'm sorry. Go ahead, Harry. My bad.
Yeah, both of y'all bad. I'll take both of y'all. But one of the things that we have seen, particularly in this social media age, is you find one person, one celebrity, and everybody got a beat. We saw that with the Kardashians. Everybody wanted a Kim Kardashian looking walk side and looking perfect, chicken leg shaped one. You know, it just is what it is. You know what I'm saying? And I'm gonna go back to what I said a couple of episodes ago. The illusion is that because you have a lot of money as a man, that you have a lot of access to all these different types of women. These dudes with money, they lazy as fuck. They feel like, okay, I'm gonna lavish you with all of these things that 8 times out of 10 I believe you're not used to. So you're going to give me what I want from you, and I don't have to work for it. A regular man, and I ain't saying, you know, regular men for the win all day for me. But if you have to develop a personality, understand how to get to know somebody, develop your own personality, understand that you got to wash your ass every day, up under your goddamn neck and balls. And some of these celebrities, they be looking toe down, you know, until they get a little money. That's the difference. See, man, I literally saw Devin Booker in the club sitting in the bathtub with about $100,000 in the bathtub, bro, and nothing but to quote saying nothing but bitches was around him. What we doing, man? And all of them look the same. All of them look the same.
I would go to the comments real fast, y'all. Chris, another co-host of the show, who can't make it today. Shout out to my boy. Chris says, men move off ego with or without money. Money just make them move more sensitive. I definitely agree. Greg saying, this my brother, says, not just the same type. These niggas arguing and covering the exact same chick, which I don't understand it. I just, if I had that level of money, I would go into a lab and make a woman and say, I would take some regular ass woman and do some get out type shit, cut her head open, switch her brain out, and give her the body I want, and then she'll be mine. I don't care nothing about you niggas. That's where I would be on that. Greg also says, if she like this nigga, I know I can cop her. That's what they do. My brother's also a musician, so he knows the industry for sure. He know how these niggas think. Mervin D. Good says, cause they some basic ass niggas. That also is a correct answer. All right, so like I said, you guys grieve with me, mourn with me as I deal with the fact that that Drake and y'all know what I'm trying to say. I deal with the fact that
rest in peace their relationship, man.
Yeah,
rest in peace their relationship.
The Toxic Avengers, man. Moment of silence for sure. But we're gonna move on. We're gonna move on with the show. Next thing, my girl GloRilla. Speaking of women that are outside of the normal standard of beauty, GloRilla, who refuses to have surgery, it's been suggested that she go out and do these things to her body. Just looking at GloRilla, she looks like she's about 5'2", 5'3", probably 100 and something pounds. Very small woman. Yeah, and she kind of refuses to go about the whole beauty norm thing, but she's kind of created her own lane, because now you see everybody looks like a little GloRilla. You see, especially in Memphis, all the girls you see look like little GloRillas all over the place. But that's not what I want to talk about today. GloRilla, of course, was on CNN. There's some type of promo for Joe Biden or something like that, and then was interviewed by CNN to talk about that. And she birthed the most famous quote that we've seen in a long time. And trust me, t-shirts will be available probably Wednesday on asylumtees901.com.
Can't wait.
When she made the famous quote, at the end of the day got to end, or something like that. But it was magnificent. Sound like something my grandmama would have said. Sound like something my mama would have said. And people were somebody that was so stupid that it make no sense. If you ain't never been through, that's a key sign that you ain't never been through shit. If what she said didn't make sense. Because what she basically saying is, no matter what you might be going through, no matter how bad your day is, at the end of the day is gonna end. So you can make it. I promise you can make it. And GloRilla, somebody the city kind of gets around a lot. Now she's ignorant of shit now, because she talked pure Memphis, and she's young. She's super young.
Love it.
GloRilla's like no older, like 23 years old. So but my whole thing is, why can't people let Glo just be Glo? People upset about how she was sounding, what she was talking about, all these type of things. I'm like, dude, she's a entertainer. She's a rapper. She's not a political analyst. She has probably little to no media training. This girl was a girl making, bootleg music videos about a year or so ago. And now she's one of the biggest artists in hip hop, period. You know what I mean? And she's about to go on tour with Megan Thee Stallion, which is probably, as far as women rappers, women headliners are concerned, that might be the biggest duo women-wise I've probably ever seen. I don't know who all Nicki Minaj just got with. I don't know who all Cardi B's got with, but that's a pretty big lineup. Megan Thee Stallion and Glo is a big ticket. You know what I mean? So I don't understand. I'm gonna hand it out to y'all. What are y'all thoughts on it? Jelana has looking on her face like, that shit was ghetto as shit. But I want to hear what y'all.
It definitely was ghetto as a mother. Like, it was super ghetto. However, ghetto is cool. Ghetto is who we are. It was Memphis. She's completely when I think of Memphis, I don't think of me. Like, I don't be like, I'm not the poster child for Memphis. Memphis is known for soul. It's known for a certain way of speaking and communicating, a Southern warmth, and she has all that. And she's not trying to change it. And I think she understands, or whoever's coaching her understands the monetization, the power of being an original and doing, like you said, creating your own lane by not conforming. So big ups to Glo, and leave her alone, because
leave Glo alone, man.
You know, she doing her thing.
Jamie, what you think about it?
I love this shit, man. I'm telling you. So, because as older people in this hip hop generation or whatever, we have a tendency to kind of be like, man, what the fuck these young people doing? Like, what the fuck is they? It's something about that little crop though. GloRilla, Duke Dukes. It's a couple of them. Yeah, from Memphis rappers that, first of all, ain't like any other hip hop or rapper compared to like what y'all see is like hip hop and all that type of shit. I love the fact that she original. She's staying true to the same motherfucker that was making homemade movies. I mean videos 2 years ago. She that same girl. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Now she's a woman on another level, and she's still keeping it. When keeping it real goes right, not wrong. That's GloRilla, man. For real, I fuck with it.
And like you said something too, that I'm a kind of stick on too. Like, as far as Memphis rappers concerned, this current generation of Memphis rappers, it's a lot of diversity. It's a lot of different, because like, you know, you got her Deuce, that Deuce, what's his name?
Yeah, Duke Deuce.
No, Duke Deuce. Yeah,
Duke Deuce. What's
the dude's name? Real built little dude. All the girls. Like they all on a total different type of vibe, bro.
Big Boogie.
Yeah, Big Boogie. Now
the
other dude, look, he could hoop and shit.
He was at the celebrity game.
Yeah, you know what I'm talking about.
Business.
Yeah.
NLE Chopper.
NLE Chopper. Yeah, you got all these different dudes out of Memphis who it's just a different crop of Memphis rappers, and I like this shit. I ain't gonna lie. Yeah. But like I said, man, it's crazy though. Hold on. This is what my brother has to say. Let me get this comment. He says, "We are allowed to fuck up constantly. However, when social media and cameras watch you grow up, we get to see all the garbage," which is true. Like the stuff that we do in our own private lives, nobody sees and nobody gives a damn. But these people, these celebrities, are under constant scrutiny. And Big Glo didn't reach. I mean, I'm tripping. GloRilla did not reach out to CNN. Big Glo. GloRilla did not reach out to CNN and say, "Hey, I got some shit to say to y'all about," you know what I'm saying?
They kid up.
They came to her. Like, this is who she is. Like, you know what I mean? So I don't understand why. Yeah.
It's just like everything else though. It's her being original. Shout out to Yolanda, by the way. Her being original versus respectability, you know, social attitude. Like, bro, she's 23 years old, bro.
Yeah.
What are we expecting her to say?
Right.
When you live in Memphis, there's a certain dialect, there's a certain culture that I don't care where you go, we gonna be Memphis everywhere we go.
Right.
Everywhere we go.
You know, that there's a certain way we walk, there's a certain way we carry ourselves. I don't care what kind of camera you put in front of us, we are just going to be us, because it is ingrained in us from the time we grow up on these streets.
Yeah.
And I think that's the beautiful part about it is, again, CNN reached out to her because her being in the White House, it went viral, and it wasn't lost on those people when they looking at these analytics and these numbers. Oh, let's call GloRilla. You thought all right, because they want younger viewers. They knew putting her up there, she probably was high, because them glasses were dark as I don't know what I saw. I was through the glass. I saw her through the glasses, JB. But regardless, let that young woman do her, man. That's what it's for. Who has it all figured out in their 20s?
Yeah.
And she's probably never even voted before. I guarantee you, she's never voted for anything. Like, she never.
3 years ago, the last election, she probably was 18.
Yeah, exactly.
And that's wild. You know, like I'm glad she said what she said. Like when they asked her, so did they get you to endorse anybody or whatever? She was like, man, that ain't got nothing to do with me. And the reason why I like what she said there is because like I was listening to Van Lathan, shout out Van Lathan, man. That podcast, Higher Learning, is awesome. Him and Rachel Lindsay. And he was like, he made the point, he was like, at some point, first of all, we got to quit looking at entertainers, music folk, actors to give us a voice on anything political or serious. Like, we don't need to take these folk, whatever the fuck they saying, with no type of grain of salt, because they're here to do one thing. Now, it's awesome when they do advocate for other things and, you know, get involved or whatever. But let's be real. Let's strip this shit back to the basics. Like, I'm not looking to GloRilla to give me an opinion on who I should fucking vote for president.
Right. Right.
You know what I'm saying? It's cool to know who she side with. You know, that's deeper, but I love her for what she is. Yeah. She wasn't introduced to us in that way. She was introduced as some bumping motherfucking rapper from Memphis, making that shit, and that's what I'm on board for.
Yeah. And like I said, I'm excited that she's blown up to the point where she's on CNN and she's standing there. Cause when I saw that mess with her next to Joe Biden, I was like, what is this AI shit? When I first saw it,
bro, I literally thought it was
shout out,
fake out.
Shout out for sure. Now I'm gonna flip. I'm gonna flip the conversation. Go ahead, y'all. Here, go ahead.
Oh, you got it.
No, go ahead.
Understand this. GloRilla represents a different type of black girl. They want you to present as a certain type of black girl, a certain type of black woman. Watch this young woman grow up and be who she's always meant to be and walk in her life. You know, because it is more young girls out here who relate to GloRilla right now in this stage of her life than a lot of us want to admit. You know, she said the same thing on her song. Every day the sun won't shine, but that's why I love tomorrow. She said it.
Yeah.
So what we doing, man? Shout out Big Glo, man. I'm going.
Man, Big Glo.
Big Glo.
Sharon Brown says it would tick me off when folks said that she set us back. How that shit was hilarious to me, bro. She ain't about me though. But it's crazy because like if you listen to Glo, especially people who listen to GloRilla music, how are y'all embarrassed about her what she did on CNN? That whole concept is just nuts to me. They want us to be who we are, not in front of white folks. Not in front of white folks. Yeah, that's what I want to talk about. I'm glad that she took it there because that was my next subject. We're gonna talk about something called code switching and speaking proper English, right? Because a lot of times when you say a lot of times what we call proper English is also called talking white. And when you say you code switch, you're switching how you talk and to make white people feel more comfortable around you. And like you hear stuff like, I'm gonna tell you a term that really ticks me off. When you start talking about inviting your white friends to the barbecue or to the cookout. I can't stand your niggas say that. Huh?
I hate that shit.
I hate that shit.
Why?
What cookout are they inviting us to?
You don't think they should get an invite to the cookout?
No, if you black, you black. If you white, you white. I ain't
doing that. See, that's the whole spirit of the invitation is to be invited somewhere where you normally don't belong.
But where are we invited to?
Nowhere, just come to the dinner party. Get your damn plate and leave.
I'm not giving you a temporary black pass. I'm like, no, bro, because you don't have to go through black shit. So no.
That's why I'm not
saying I don't have white friends. I got a lot of white friends. I just don't play that little game. I don't play the whole invite to the barbecue stuff.
But what would you say to your white friend if we were about to meet? I was about to meet your white friend. Yeah. And you wanted to let me know that they're a cool white person. Like we say that we label
I just say he's a cool white person. Just the term inviting them to
the cookout is the same energy.
I think it's just overused. I think that whole term. They don't overuse that motherfucker. It was funny when they first started saying this shit, like when it was a saying. But now everybody's saying this shit and they labeling it something else. So I feel it's like y'all shit.
What else we gonna say?
Sherry says, "Oh dang, I was typing in front of white folks." No, but seriously, y'all, let's talk about that for a minute. Right? Okay, so why do we we understand we got to do it? Because I was on my future shit, and I meant to talk about this with the Drake thing too. How now I'll say that for another episode, but I was on my future shit dating a girl young in my 20s, and I was in my 40s, right? So, and she made a very interesting point. She said the danger in code switching, the danger in presenting this mild-mannered version of ourselves to white people is that when they really see the real us, it really scared the shit out of them. It was like, if we just show them the real us, we won't be such a threat to them because the image of what they have of us won't really be as alarming to them when they really see the real shit we be on, right? And what she was saying kind of made sense.
It kind of makes sense, yeah.
I just think it's because like with what I do in journalism, I talk the way I talk. I talk the way the 38106 raised me. I'm a product of South Memphis, so I can, there's certain. I'm not gonna change the way. I might slow it down so people can, because I can talk super fast and just talk way over people's head. I might slow it down for you, but there's certain words I'm not going to eliminate from my vocabulary, regardless of what audience I'm talking to. You know what I mean? And I don't think that's a keeping it real thing. It's just I don't feel the need to I'm not gonna like change who I am to make a certain group of people feel comfortable, because it might not even be my audience. You know what I mean? So that's where I'm at with it. So I want to hear you guys' thoughts on code switching and making the white people feel all right.
I see it as a little different than me making someone else feel okay. So if I am giving a speech, if I'm in a public situation where I'm a guest speaker somewhere, the way you and I shit and jive on the phone is not how I'm gonna be in front of a crowd of 100 people. I'm gonna be like this. I'm gonna, be articulate. I want the words and the communication.
But why do we make that a white people thing? Why do we do it like?
That's the misnomer. I personally don't feel like it's a white people thing. I'm gonna bring my best wherever I am, whoever's in the audience, and when I'm with my friends, I'm also be my best self. That version of me. I feel like you can have different versions of yourself and not be accused of code switching. I feel like there's certain things that are appropriate for certain environments and certain places, and it doesn't have anything to do with white people.
But you do agree that there are people who do connect the two, where they say professional.
Oh yeah.
The reason why they're so bothered about GloRilla is not because what she was saying, because as she said on the audience, that was probably dominated by white people. Like that's part of the issue. Yeah. That's the part that I can't get with. Yeah.
That's the rub.
But that's their problem, though.
Because she did it on Tavis Smiley's show. I don't think niggas would really give a damn. You know what I mean? It's the fact.
They wouldn't even known about it, bro.
Yeah.
They wouldn't even know she was on Tavis Smiley, because they'd be like, "Is he still on?"
Which is
and I love Tavis Smiley. Yeah.
He on Channel 10. Don't do him like that, Jay.
Oh, I love Tavis Smiley, but like it's. But what's I don't know if anybody have made this correlation. So when you take Spanish or French in junior high, right? And what you learn when you learn how to speak Spanish, basically you're speaking conversational Spanish. You were to go out of town and go out the country and visit one of those countries, depending on the country you in, when you start talking that shit that you,
they gonna laugh at you,
because they'll look at it like, that's old world. Wherever they learned Spanish, you learn what traditional Spanish is.
Yeah,
like it's a difference. Here in America, they've done almost the same thing, and they labeled it first as Ebonics, not proper English. Because honestly, American dialect is different from what they call English. And England fucking make fun of us because they don't look at how we talk as Americans as what old world English is. That's that. So then you got these motherfuckers in America that are mad because we don't, first of all, talk like y'all claim is proper English, and the motherfuckers from England don't think what y'all talking is perfect English. So what the fuck are we talking about? And there's the disconnect. You got people that make fun of how we communicate. First of all, you fuckers wasn't letting us read. Y'all wasn't letting us learn.
Right. So we had to make our own goddamn language.
I don't fucking say this shit in the first place. So we put it together, came up with some of our own shit, learned y'all shit,
and made it our own.
Problem when we talk the way we've been communicating as people for so long, just like the people in Brazil, just like the people in Puerto Rico, just like, because it's different variations of the same Spanish language. It's different variations of the American language that of the main people who claim they're American, they don't know anything but that. Like, that's what code switching is for us, because we got to be able to go into certain situations, and it's almost like asking a football player, how do you score a touchdown? I can tell you how technically, but then I can break it down and make it simple for you and just tell you fucking run this ball.
And I understand that point, but I think the misnomer is, or the mistake that Black people like to make, somebody just made a comment around that Black people were the ones who said that she was ghetto. Because they associate ghetto with unintelligence, with being slow, with having no education. They are not one and the same.
Right.
They are not one and the same. Some of the smartest people in my life sound like GloRilla. And so they're not one and the same. So we shoot ourselves in the foot, I think, when we equate the two, because we are the only ones who talk ghetto. So if you're saying that ghetto talk is unintelligent speak, then you're saying Black people are unintelligent.
Right.
That's what it is.
That's what it is. That's our problem to solve.
Yeah,
for me, I look at it like this. Like, code switching is for us. It's for us, Black people. If you are not a Black person, you do not deserve this time that I have with Anthony, Delano, or Jason, or Chris. That is ours. The way I speak to you, Anthony, the way I would speak to Delano, the way I would speak to Jason, I want y'all to understand me on a level that's fair and that's true. When I'm in these corporate spaces and I'm trying to gain access, I already know that I have to, my message, not comfortable, but it has to be palatable.
So that's a great way to look at it, Harriet. That kind of takes the power out of somebody else's hands and puts it in our hands. Like, you don't deserve to hear this ebonics because we're not cool like that, right?
Yeah,
I like that.
That's good shit.
No, you're not my people like that. So why would I make you feel comfortable enough to feel like you can speak to me in this way? Because I guarantee you, 9 times out of 10, a non-Black person, when you make them feel comfortable enough and you invite them to the barbecue and all that shit, they gonna do something they ain't got no goddamn business. All our cousins, right? All our cousins gonna have to kick their ass and put their body parts in the cooler.
Yeah,
you know,
real shit.
But it's a love thing, not a separate thing. It's a love thing.
I like that. Thank you, Young Harriet. And because of that, Young Harriet, I'm gonna serve up this next topic just for you. I know it's gonna stimulate the activist inside of you, Young Harriet. So we're gonna talk about this little motherfucker who came to Memphis last week. Kyle Rittenhouse visits the University of Memphis, and niggas do what niggas do. Niggas did what niggas do, man. Got that ass up out of there. I was proud of my city, proud of the students at the University of Memphis. The way they handled it. Of course, they had to check the shit out of somebody. Every video that showed protesters in action, if you listen close enough, it was somebody checking the shit out of somebody in the background. And it was absolutely glorious. It was absolutely glorious. I'm gonna hand the mic to Young Harriet. I really want to hear what she has to say about this first. Just do your thing, Harriet. What are your thoughts on Kyle Rittenhouse coming to Memphis and how it was handled by the protesters here in the city of Memphis?
First of all, in my real life job as a community organizer, the way that they organized that, the students organized that was beautiful.
Man,
now,
perfect.
if we can get that engagement across the board in other areas of this city, then we might be talking that good shit. Kyle Rittenhouse, he's a dangerous person to me because not because of who he is, but the ideals in which they prop up in society.
Yeah.
You feel like now if it was my cousin Pookie, you feel like you can go around here, carry guns, shoot people, and you're being rewarded for being a violent person. Because even though he, cried on the stand and all that bullshit, he's still getting paid because he was a violent person. And it's not lost on me in the work that's being done in this city that the commodification of violence against Black and brown people are always sell to some people. That's why we got that boy Trump selling shoes and saying if he's not president, there's gonna be a bloodbath. And people like Kyle Rittenhouse are a result of that type of propaganda. Don't matter. Listen, it's Sunday. I ain't with this shit, son. I'm telling you, I'm with the shit, but I'm not because it's Sunday.
I feel you. Like I said, I was super excited, super impressed with how the young people handled it because they had to put the Memphis spin on. They had to check the shit out of somebody. Whether it's a police officer, Kyle Rittenhouse, the host, anybody who wanted was getting smoke. Everybody was getting.
The Black leader police officer.
Yeah, all of it. Let me ask y'all this: Do y'all think that the University of Memphis handled it the best way? In y'all's opinion?
Absolutely not. Go ahead, because I want to hear your perspective on this, and I'm gonna fire this motherfucker up.
So I can't make a call on how they handle it because I'm not clear on the background, the back end stuff, like all the little stuff that happened leading up to it. I am proud that the university was at least neutral enough to allow both parties to move forward with their specific plans. Like it didn't seem like they were trying to block the organization that brought him. It didn't seem like they were trying to block the student organizers. They just kind of took a neutral stance. And that to me means the University of Memphis has come miles from where they were back in the 90s when I was there. This would have never went down. Like the Black students would have never been able to do what they did. Kyle Rittenhouse would have been invited, but we wouldn't have had the freedoms to do what we did. So I don't know. University of Memphis was neutral at least, which I think it's a change.
And I ain't gonna lie. My whole thing is when I first heard about it, I was pissed. And I was like, man, U of M need to step in. It's the wrong time. It's too much stuff going on in the city. A lot of hostility, violence is kind of out of control. Crime is out of control. It's just the wrong time to have this jackass here, right? But I ain't gonna lie, man. The way that it went down and the way, like you said, John, the fact that the students were able to come together and use freedom of speech. To really act out what freedom of speech, because everybody was like, oh, freedom of speech, and you can't stop the freedom of speech, which is true. But to see the students come in and say, nah, we don't want you here, bro. Like don't get it twisted. And the whole thing is, because there were people saying stuff like, if we just ignore this, there'll probably be like 10 little kids that'll show up to this thing and hear this kid speak and it'll be over. But the way that these kids came in, like, nah, man, get this trash off my campus.
Get them out of here.
Yeah, like I love that whole aspect of it. And if the school had to intervene, we wouldn't have got that moment. But go ahead. Go ahead.
The school. You got it, Jack. Go ahead.
Oh shit! I was waiting on you. Listen, this is. I'm saying so. There's a couple of things about this situation that I don't know and don't understand. Like, for one, what is the policy for universities, colleges, public funded institutions in that process of this whole how they treat freedom of speech? And when it comes down to bringing guests and speakers on campus, I don't know about that. What I will say is this that I find fucking real ridiculous. Let's take it into real quick the world of sports. If you have an athlete that's enrolled in on your campus and that university feels like that having that person on campus is a detriment to the campus, to the image of the campus, the school,
the safety of the campus,
the safety of the campus. They would deny their athlete not only access to the university, but you can't enroll here. All right, let's take this premise to this with a speaker. You know what this guy's record situation is, and he wants to come speak at your school. I think it should have been enough, and I don't know who all is involved in the decision-making process of this, but it should have been blocks along the way in conversations when this was presented. We're gonna have him at our campus and they want to come speak. It should have been an easy fucking no. And if you don't say no, not only should you have put in guardrails on how their organization needs to come in and promote, how they'll conduct themselves, and the allotment of time and the opening up to other people, which I think the University of Memphis did a great job of adjusting on the fly, because they basically said this shit was cool for this motherfucker to come speak. Y'all saw the reaction. The people didn't like this shit, and your course adjusted real quick to try to smooth over the obvious fuck up, because that's what it is. Damn freedom of speech. Saying you said this shit on your show and on a couple of interviews that you had.
Yeah,
freedom of speech ain't fucking free
at all.
No reason why you didn't say fucking is because you was on radio.
On the radio,
freedom of speech ain't fucking free.
And it's really no such thing. Because to me, freedom of speech means you can speak without consequence. Like if Kyrie Irving made the statements he made that offended the Jewish community, and Kanye West made comments that offended the Jewish community, there were repercussions to that affected those brothers' bottom line, big time. If I get on here and if I say certain things, it's gonna come back on me. I'm just using those examples, like those particular guys. There's a lot of times where people have said things that you hear that we grew up on the term your rights end where my rights begin, right? And when you say things that affect groups of people, you don't really have freedom of speech, man. So I think, like you said, if somebody came to the University of Memphis and said, man, if you see a good looking woman, do it like in caveman days, hit her upside the head and take her and make her your woman. If a dude, the school wouldn't let nobody come there and do that. You know what I mean? So, but
bro, in its avenues to do fucked up shit, let's just call it what it is, because it's fucked up bringing him and giving him a platform. That's how I feel. If you want to do that, you want to be fucked up, don't do it on the campus of Memphis. If whoever's a booster, donor, on the board of Memphis, if y'all wanted that young man to come to the University of Memphis, do a dinner like y'all do always. $100 a plate, $200 a plate at somebody's house, at the Diners Club or wherever the fuck y'all meet up, and have him there and have him speak. If you want to bring him to Memphis, don't bring that man. If you want to be fucked up, it's ways to be fucked up, because people gonna be fucked up and keep doing fucked up shit. You don't do it in certain places though. Yeah, that's it.
But here's the thing though. Before Kyle Rittenhouse, and this is from my work, before Kyle Rittenhouse stepped foot on their campus, somebody had to approve that he was going to be there. Now, whether or not we believe it's fucked up, it depends on what side of the debate you want. It's fucked up or it's not fucked up. Depending on who benefits from his appearance there at the University of Memphis. That's what it's about. They knew he was coming. If the University of Memphis calendar of events is planned out damn near almost years ahead of time. So they knew he was coming. Now, at the University of Memphis, they did try to do what you say, Jay Mitch, and put a stopgap in place when they saw all of this stuff ramping up on social media. They took the advertisement from the tickets down because they realized that the students had begun to buy all the tickets. The students were telling people don't go.
The protesting students.
So, right. And then, maybe 2 or 3 days before the event, they tried to hurry up and put it back up there because the ticket sales were so, iffy. So the University of Memphis, they did what they could do considering today's climate. You know, we already know that he's a messed up individual. But then us too, on the same side, the reason why certain things are allowed is because it can be seen as an affront and more socializing against Black folk. Just like Jay Mitch said, if there had been a man coming out here and say he gonna club a woman over the head, they wouldn't allow him there, because that right there is intimate. It could be a white woman that club over him. Yeah, and I'm gonna say it because that matters. When you're talking about freedom of speech, it matters. The messenger matters. And a lot of times we don't really want to talk about. We get so caught up in the message that we don't talk about the messenger. It matters where this shit is coming from.
Yeah.
Like, and if we don't address that, then shit like this is gonna happen. I was proud that the protest didn't turn violent, even though they tried to make it seem like that it was an angry mob of students.
Oh yeah.
It
was
they really try to make it seem that way.
Right. They wasn't doing nothing but standing on the side checking this shit out of the police officers. That was the best part of it, right?
Did you hear that guy say, "Get your ugly ass back"? I mean, what does he mean by that? What does he mean by moon pie head ass? What does he mean by that?
And then to dive into all of y'all protesting this, why we not protesting?
Oh God!
Black men getting killed. Listen, why? Quit throwing that up. We talking about this. We talking about this. We can address all that other generational trauma ass shit later. We talking about this.
And not only is this an in-house issue, but it's also an issue that is a direct result of systemic racism. But I ain't gonna take it that deep, man. It's mission accomplished on that shit. You know, that's would be killing me, man. Because it's like,
shout out to them students, man. Shout out to them kids, man. They really were intelligent. They went up there. They had questions, had real facts, real things to throw back at them. It wasn't just a fucking shouting match.
Right,
man. Shout out them. I could only wish to have that type of restraint and resolve to even be in that moment to be able to do that, bro.
Yeah, real shit.
I agree. I agree.
Shit. But y'all, this last segment was very serious. Some real shit to talk about, man. But it's time for the bullshit, man. It's time for the nigga shit is upon us, man. It's that time of the show, the last segment of the show, where we get to talk about the fuck shit, man. And this may be a regular segment of the show because last time we did this, I only had Young Harriet. So I figured this week I was gonna save it for this week, right? And now I got Young Harriet and Jelana. Jill crazy ass ain't here, Jasmine ass ain't here. We might just make this a regular
time.
The end of the show, we may talk about the rules of baecationing, y'all. That's what we're gonna talk about. But before we get into that, I want to go back to a comment that my brother Greg said a while ago. We're talking about sorry, y'all, reflux hit me. We was talking about code switching, right? And this is a good point. I didn't bring this comment up, so I'm gonna bring this up before we go into the bullshit. He said this also comes from most of us not having interactions with Europeans or white people, except from a position of employer/employee. A lot of our interactions with white people come from in work environments, and because of that, we do the bullshit. But anyway, that's all I want to say. Just give y'all something to think about before we get into the bullshit, which is what are the rules of baecationing? For those of you who do not know, baecationing is basically when you and someone you're interested in, you meet up out of town. Jelana, we bring you in. Someone who I remember a few weeks ago spoke so much about the long distance relationships and these type of things. Baecationing is a key element of long distance relationships. And we talked last week about if you're dating a guy, if you kind of really starting to get to know someone, what is too early in the relationship to go out of town with them? And me personally, I said, if I'm not, if I don't know exactly how crazy you are, I'm not getting on a plane with you, first of all. I'm not getting on water with you. And I'm not even getting in a car with you for a road trip.
I'm gonna go on and make it so plain and simple for you.
All right, come on.
For me and the most women, if we not fucking, I'm not going. I am not going. I have a million other things I could be doing with my weekend that would include fucking. And if we're going out of town, I could take myself to eat and go in the hotel, stay in the hotel. Well, that is just my take on it.
Boy, Jelana, your jersey would not be hung up in my house. Because what did I tell you, Joker? What did I tell you, Joker?
Well, the act that you described. Hold on. I don't want you to go to jail now. Like I said, ain't no such thing in free speech now. The act that you described, young hair. Be careful with the way you describe what you're saying. But go ahead.
Okay, but this is what I'm saying. Just to expound on what Jelana said, I could be reading a book. I could be cooking my favorite meal. I could be talking to your friend, trying to make him my side boo. And you telling me you want to go out of town just to look at each other? Boy, please.
Boy, please. First of all, you're probably not even coming over here if that's all we're doing is just looking at each other. My time is precious, okay? And Anthony, you know, I mean, every day, every hour of the day is planned, and I gotta have some kind of valuable exchange during that time. So friendships are important. There's a time for that too. But if we're not friends and we not fucking, we're not going out of town. Because why?
So do you think is that the accepted belief of most women that if I go out of town with you, no matter where we are in our relationship, get to know each other, no matter what we are, that we fuck? Do you agree? Because 99% of men expect, okay, but if we go out of town, we fuck. So do you feel like the most women feel the same way?
Most women feel the same. They may not say it. They might be afraid of how it comes across. But most women, in their minds, when somebody mentions, let's go out of town, automatically you thinking, I need to make a run to Coco and Lola's and buy me some real skin because this trip deserves something cute.
Right.
Whether or not they admit it, and I don't care if you married, single, whatever. Going out of town is a special time to do some things a little differently. Like you just have fun with it.
So what's too early? Or is there too early? If a guy comes to you and he's like, if just say you meet this guy, y'all go to the cigar bar. You meet him, I'm joking with you. Say you meet him at the cigar bar. Y'all know I got a running joke about old fuck niggas at the cigar bar. I say you go to the cigar bar, right? And you meet this dude at the cigar bar, and y'all had this great conversation. Y'all had drinks, y'all smoking cigars. He buy you a drink. He said, "Well, you know, Jelana, I'm not from here. I live in Vegas. Or I live in New York or Jersey or whatever." And he says, "I'd love to see you again. Hey, I want to fly you out right next weekend. Like just do something crazy. Like next weekend, let me fly you. I want to see you again." If he's got the money and the resources to get you in New Jersey next Friday, are you going? And second of all, are you fucking? What's too soon?
Well, see, the first question answers both of the last two questions.
All right, well, come on.
Because my answer, yes or no, if I'm going, has to be answered first on whether or not I'd fuck you. So if I would, the answer is yes. If I won't, the answer is no. So
okay. So are you more inclined? Are you more inclined to get with the brother who's saying, "All right, let's go out of town"? Because what's the difference between say, "All right, bitch, let's go fuck tonight"? You know what I mean? Like, why we gotta go out? If you want to fuck me, is it the same energy?
You're not hearing me. We don't have to go out of town. We can do what we do right here in the house. The question is, do I want to sleep with you? Do I want to get with you that way? Then so the sky's the limits on where we do that at.
All right. But you sound very liberal in what you're saying.
I am probably more liberal than most women. Right.
So let's break it down then. Like this is why I need comments, man. Y'all watching, but y'all ain't speaking, man. I need to know, what do y'all think? What do y'all think about that? Like is how soon is too soon to go out with a dude? We gonna do this next week too. We're gonna do this probably every week. It'll be a 4-part series.
Come on, for my man.
It needs to be talked about. It needs to be talked about.
There is a period of time where I believe, just my personal opinion, it's too soon. If I just met you on Friday, we ain't fucking. I don't care if you fly me to Australia on Saturday. I don't
care. There is such a thing as too soon. It is. I agree with that.
Because
Hey, mate.
for real, man. I need to
Oh
see
my
your papers
God.
on you. Shit. You might eat boogers at your big old age. I don't know. You
There
know,
is a such thing as too soon. I do agree with that.
absolutely. But to me, that's a relationship thing. That's an established thing right there. If we going somewhere, you think of it. Well, I wish I would leave the comfort of my domicile and go somewhere just to look upside your head. But as a matter of fact, when we get back, lose my number. Matter of fact, yes, lose my goddamn.
I'm telling you.
All right, I'm
But
throwing
you
another question
said something real quick. You said something that I don't think a lot of men realize, like, because you was like, most women already, that's what they think as far as going out of town. And then he was like, but not that many will admit it. What's the disconnect though? Like, why would you
judgment?
Ain't no disconnect. There's a standard that men can be hoes and women must protect their virtue.
Well, you're right.
When we see y'all off the bat, oh yeah, we know we gonna give them something. We already know.
We already know.
Right. We want to see if y'all gonna talk y'allself out of these.
Yeah.
Are y'all gonna talk y'allself out of this shit? And 9 times out of 10, y'all talk y'allself out of this shit. We all on vacation and you talk about you want to cuddle. If you don't get those silly ass somewhere.
Yep. That's exactly true.
And
I will say, sometimes I won't go because I haven't figured him out yet. It's not always because I have made a decision I'm not going to sleep with him, but I might still need some time. And he might be somebody that's presenting as something more than just a companion. He might be coming with some partnership energy or some, I want to get to know you on a soul level kind of energy. That kind of energy you don't necessarily want to jump into bed with. So it does take a little time, but the answer is still, if no matter what stage we're in, if we're not fucking, we're not flying out. I
got you. All right, let me add a couple variables to the question. So a couple variables out there. See how those go over. Let me see. What if the expenses are shared? What was that? An all expenses paid trip to wherever y'all destination is. Does that energy change? If he paid for the ticket, you pay for the room. Well, y'all doing it as a whatever. Was it just the appeal of he came in and dropped off the whole flued out expense?
Harry, you want to go? I will just say that.
I'll say, yeah, we fuck it. I don't care who paying for what. Buy your girl a hamburger. What's up?
To me, it doesn't matter. I mean, I do appreciate a completely paid for trip. Absolutely. I do appreciate that. I also appreciate if he says, babe, I'll buy the plane tickets if you cover the hotel. I'm good with that too. But yeah, you're right. That the answer still predicates is, are we fucking? And then we'll say who's paying for what.
Young Harry, does that variable change anything in your opinion?
But look.
Comment, does it change anything? Go ahead.
How long is it gonna take you to get in? At a certain point, you're grown. And if you have a partner, whether you splitting the shit at Miss Peggy's or you splitting the shit in New York City on top of the Empire State Building.
Stop. You made a reference to Miss Peggy's and I missed it. So I need you to start all over. We ain't gonna mention Miss Peggy's and that. I need to know exactly what your reference was. I apologize.
Right. My reference was this. It don't matter if you splitting the shit at Miss Peggy's or you splitting the shit on top of the Empire State Building, you still splitting the shit. Listen, what we doing here, man? We grown. Like, to expect somebody, that's a young woman's mindset. To expect somebody to flew you out, you in your early 20s, you using the word flued out.
Yep.
That's how once you get the albedo age, you understand life happens, shit happens. Okay, babe, you got the tickets, I got the room. Shit, now I know I done paid for the, especially if I done paid for the room. You think you gonna come up in here and rub your feet and gonna go to fucking sleep? Boy.
All right. Let me jump on something Niera was saying. She says, I hate the people that act like they just want to actually settle down with you, but in reality just want to fuck. Why men just can't be real and say, I just want to fuck. And we both keep it moving, save a whole lot of time. This goes to something I think that Chalana said, because I was wondering how much of the draw of having sex on a vacation comes with the appeal of this man just dropped the money off. And Jelana was saying something about in the conversation, I might see relationship with him. I might see a fun ass weekend with him, but regardless, I'm gonna make a decision whether I want to fuck him or not. And what I'm saying is, when a man is coming to you and he starts offering the trip, I'm really glad she said this. When the man comes out and he offers the out of town trip, do you take that as this brother is really trying to show me a genuine good time? And he really want to get to know me. We want, this is something we can start to build. We can have this experience where we're away from all distractions, and I can really get to know Lundell and all these type of things.
I met at the cigar bar,
right? Or did you met at the cigar bar? Do you take it as this is just Lundell thinking that the out of town flight is going to impress me, and he just want to fuck? Like how? To Niera's question. I think that's where she's going with this. So, like, how do you take it as a woman when the man started talking about that? Do you take it as, oh, this nigga think he finna fuck me? Like, do you take it like that or what?
To me, it doesn't matter what he does. I am clear about what I need and want.
Right.
And all I have to do is get out of the way and let him show me who he is by what he does. And if he's offering a trip to me, that just might say he's got some disposable income. Like, I don't make a call that early on what it is he wants with me or from me. You just have to give it time and look at somebody's actions and see how it lines up with how you feel. I think we try to make that decision, that really heavy decision, way too early. I have a 21-day rule where I don't make any declarations. I don't make any decisions. I don't decide nothing other than whether I want to fuck you or not in the first 21 days, because it takes that long for somebody to get over the initial meetup, the first meeting where it's a little awkward. The second meetup is y'all a little bit more comfortable. And after 21 days, baby, I feel like we kind of know.
Yeah. And the said she agreed with you. She said she agreed with you.
And it is not always what we want to. It's not always good. The answer is not always good. Like, what we feel is not always good. We force it sometimes when we know it ain't what it's supposed to be.
Well, I'm gonna throw out one more variable, ladies and gentlemen. That ain't it. I think I already know the answer. But what if it's a road trip?
Road trip?
What do you mean? What if it's a road trip?
We go fuck. We get there, right? We go the whole ride. Hey, we fucking. We get there, right?
Yeah. I actually prefer road trips.
Hey, I ain't trying to make no more pit stops. That's gonna be. I'm trying to fuck when I get there. I ain't trying to make no more stops.
It's the same.
It's the same thing. Okay.
This is where men overcomplicate things. In order for you, women, we are very simple creatures. The security for me, the security that I need you to show me, if you show it, I don't give. Like, bro, I'm simple, bro. You can. What the fuck we doing? Use your imagination. If you ain't got money to fly me out, let's go somewhere different. You thought about you, whatever. Like, you don't have to overcomplicate this shit.
Right.
That's where they get it messed up. Like,
if
you genuinely want to be with somebody, whether we fucking, whether we friends or benefits, whether we trying to find partnership, you gonna do it anyway. It don't matter what the circumstance is, you're going to do it anyway because you want to do it and you want to be there in that moment. If I'm with you, I don't give a fuck if we hiking, striking, or motorbike. Okay. What are we doing?
Right.
But
well, I hope that
when we get there.
I hope that everyone, we will continue this 4-part series. I got to hear my girl Jill, my girl Jasmine thoughts on this for sure. They out there having fun doing their thing this weekend. But I will say this. If you learned anything from the conversation we had today, if we go on to lunch, if we go on to dinner, it better be in Memphis city limits because we go to Collierville, I'm expecting some ass. We done road trip. Hey, you got to meet Lil Einstein. You got to meet Lil Einstein. And if you don't get the
anywhere where you don't see Memphis police,
hey, you got to be
state troopers would be another city police department.
Right. And if you don't know who Lil Einstein is, we're going on a trip and you're about to get something.
Take you to the commissary barbecue.
Yes, sir. It's going down. I don't know where the interference is coming from, but we about to wrap it up anyway, y'all. Thank y'all again for another great show. Thank y'all to the commenters who keep us going. We love y'all thoughts, man. A lot of stuff that y'all say take us somewhere in the conversation that we didn't particularly know it was going, and we appreciate you guys' insight. But yeah, this will be a 4-part series on Baecationing. We started off last week, man, and we will keep it going with that same energy again and wrap up next week's show. Hopefully we have more of our ladies on, because I want to hear you guys' stories. I want to hear you guys' stories of actual vacations you were going on and what they turned into. This was all birthed from a conversation I had with a lady that was saying that she's went on first dates with guys that were out of town. I was like, nah, that sounds like a murder getting ready to happen. But for the rest of the crew, this is Anthony the Same. We will see you guys next Sunday sharply at 8 p.m. Thank y'all to the crew for coming in and joining us today. We got in and out. I try to keep it around an hour 15, and we stayed within those parameters today. I hope you guys enjoyed the topics. Please go to the YouTube page and subscribe. Most of our viewers, probably 98% of our viewers, come from Twitter and Facebook, trying to get the YouTube views to pick up. So subscribe to the YouTube page. Check us out over there as well. Share the link to people in your phone when we come on. But yeah, it's been another great show, man. And for the rest of the crew, this is Anthony the Same, and we will see you guys next Sunday at 8, and we up out here.
Bye.